This is going to be part 5, I think it is, of the quad rebuild. At the minute, I'm just putting... There was a gasket missing off this, so I'm going to put a bit of gasket maker around it, seal it all up, and then we're going to be putting the piston, the piston back in it with the new rings on it, and we're going to be timing it up. So I'll just do this quick, and then we shall be back. Right, this will be part 4, I think, of the quad rebuild. 5, sorry, yeah. So this is, well, we seen Mr. Booker fitting the rings. So remember, the camera will focus.
Could be 6 actually.
See where the little gap is. Make sure that's not in line with the second one, because it'll just leak oil. So want them where the gaps are in different places. So to get it on, we'll set this off. We've got our little thing here, look, to put it on the con rod. Remember, oh yeah, I forgot to say, on the piston it says in on the top, so that's for the inlet. So inlet, that's where the carb goes on the so that'll go that way. So if you see where the carb goes when we put the head back on, that's the inlet. So we need the piston where it says in to the top. Don't put your piston in the wrong way around. So we'll get it through here. Push that down here. We'll get a screwdriver, just put it through there, through the con rod, just to guide this little slide in place. Do a little wiggle. Push her in. Is that still focused, yeah? Then we've got our little clip here, look. Don't forget to put these in. For these, it just goes, sits in here. So we'll push it in like that. Make sure that's not in line with that. Poke it in and make sure when it clips in that it sits in its little seat down there, so the piston don't come off. So that's that. Next step, we've got a little oil ring washer there. Let's get you off here to show you. Make sure that's in place. So we've already done that. We're ready to put the barrel back on. Remember, there's 2 different washers. Like this little paper one here that goes on the bottom end, and then there's this one that sits on top of your barrel to put the rocker cap back on. So, well, to put the head on. So we're just going to put the piston in now. See, the pistons make a seal against the barrel, so we might have to just nip them in, nip them round so it sits in the barrel flush. Right, so we've got the piston in. It's nice and tight because it's new. Ooh, listen to that. Thing of beauty. So next step, putting the chain through. You would have to undo this little bolt here for your tensioner. Get bits of crap off it. So we'll get the chain. Well, we'll push this down a bit first, if I can. Oh, listen to that, new piston rings. Oh, nice and tight. Right, so then we'll put this tensioner on. We'll slide it down. Put the little bolt through if we can get it in place. So we can get it first go. Yes. Right, now that's in. So we'll take this bit of copper wire off it. And we've untimed it, if you know what I mean. I'm going to show you from scratch how to do it. So that's on there. Let's give it a wiggle. Make sure it's on the bottom cog. Yes, she is. So next step, we get this bad boy. Right, no. Got that bit wrong, didn't I? So we get this one. Right, so remember this is to go on the right on here. Make sure you go the right way around. and it's not a tensioner, it's a runner for the chain to keep it in line. So we'll get this on, put chain through here, make sure it's all nicely in place, little seal there, right. Then we'll get this bad boy, so I'll put it on just like so. Might need a bit of wire here to poke it through. Can be a bit tricky, this bit. Right. Chain is now through, so we've got her through now. We'll take this bit of copper wire out. There we go, down just like so, and we'll get the cord for the cam chain. Right, rookie mistake, no editing here, mate. Take this off. We'll put the cog on first. Yeah, laugh all you want. You can learn with me. We all make mistakes. Put it through just like so. Then we shall put this on. There we go. That's easier, isn't it? Look at that. There you go. See, everyone makes mistakes. Before we carry on, we're just going to tighten this up before we forget. Right, and then we'll get this bolt in here. Just wad the barrel down. Nip it up. Right, and to see where top dead centre is, we're going to have to take this little bolt out here. Screw, whatever you want to call it. That screwdriver's a bag of spanners. There we go. Right. And we can see down here, so I forgot to say no, we might have to take this off, look. Right, Craig, I need your hand, mate. Right, look, before we do this, before we should have put the cog on, look. Sorry, it's very late and my head's in the shed. Right, we need to get it at top dead centre. So that means a piston right at the very top of the barrel. Right, to do that, you can see, if you get that off there, Craig. Can you see down there? You can see the little lines, but if we move it right there to kick it over, it might be a bit hard because it's got new piston rings in. Bear with us, there we go. Right, I'll just do this. All we're doing is pushing the kickstart down to move the piston up and down, and when it's at top dead centre, you'll see the T here. We'll just get it in place and we'll come back. Right, so now we've got the in line. Can you see there's like a T? I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a T on the flywheel and it's just here, so that means that's top dead centre. And then with this, there's a mark right here. If you put this back on, 2 seconds, put this back on here, see there's a mark there where it says JD, there's a mark there. And then if you look up there, can you see that little, there's like, yeah, there, see that little slit? That needs to be perfectly on that. And to get it back on, we just get a screwdriver down these teeth and just push it on. And if it's in line, that little ball there is next to that little mark there, that means it's timed up. And obviously all these line up. So next step, get your bolts back in here. that means the engine's timed up. It's been a feck about, hasn't it? But we got there. We'll get there in the end. Like I say, we're not experts. We're still learning ourselves, but I thought we'll try and learn someone else. By our mistakes. We all make them. Some just don't admit it. Right, where's my 8mm? Hey. Oh, it's on screwdriver, innit? Right, so we'll get these tightened up. Should mention to get it timed up with 2 strokes, it's easy. They don't have valves and stuff. So with 4 strokes, there's 2 valves, inlet and outlet. That's why you need to get it timed up. So when the engine's turning, pushes fuel and air in, and when the piston gets to the top, it sparks. And when it sparks, it makes an explosion, obviously. And then one valve opens to let the fuel and air mixture in, and then it shuts to open the other valve, and that's what puts out your exhaust. So they have to be perfectly in sync, or it's not going to work. Or even if you have it out at 242, it's going to splutter and backfire, and it's not going to be very good. So, like I say, we're used to 2 strokes. We're just moving on to 4 strokes. So, we'd take you on our little journey. So we're tightening these up now. Right, we've had a little fag break. Next step, getting this little rocker cover on. I know I've made a few mistakes in this video, but who doesn't? Who doesn't? Right, that's that. We've got the bolts in our tub that we said we'll keep them all safe. You see, when we done the first video, taking it apart when the piston rings were wrong. God, how long ago was that? A good couple of weeks, wasn't it? So, put these back on. This back on. This back on. Then we've got this one that doesn't snap, does it? I hope not. Is that the one that goes back in? No? Oh, it's this one. This one goes in there, look. So, give it a little clean. Put it in there. Bigger screwdriver. Screw that back on, nice and tight like that. And then with these four, remember tighten this one up, not too much, and go vice versa. This one, then we'll do this one. And then this one, remember, so it'll seal it evenly. So, then back to this one, and back to that one, and that one, and that one. Final part. Final part we off. That on there, bolt through. I'll put the washer on first. Bolt through. We'll tighten the bolt off, and that is done. Thank God for that. So the next part, I'll be see if it'll start. So keep tuned. Thanks for watching.